Thank you very much, Tim, for this warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, dear clients, dear colleagues from the industry, welcome. It's an honor for me to be here with you, with my team. It's an honor because after such a brilliant testimony, Henry, I know we are moving fast, and I was impressed with your ability to make something very complex, somewhat we understand it, and thank you for the way of bringing novelties in our world, because nothing is worse than fear. And if we ever believe, and this is what I will try to show you from vision to reality. Today, you said overall this Congress is about people. AI people, technology people, people. What is the role of people in our society? Basically, what is our role, the people roles in our companies, and how Bobst can bring something different to the industry. We know the trends, and I will not go in details. You know the trends and the movement that we have seen in the last half hour, that trends and innovations will drive very fast, and is somewhat scary. We know as well that we have challenges in bringing labors. We have challenges bringing follow-up supply chains, capabilities, market trends, expectations from whatever source, regulations, you name it, right? Government, they never help us as business leaders. They make it more and more complex. The last 4 years, Bobst, we never went through so many crises. June 2020, I reorganized my group because COVID. It was a -30, -40% bookings. Then 6 months later, it was a plus, I don't know how many. But China was locked down. Mariupol, we had no clue where Mariupol is. Today, unfortunately, everybody knows where Mariupol is. And we subcontracted a lot of raw material in Mariupol. And you continue on and on and on. Every 6 months, for the last 4 years, we have somewhat of a big change. Is it AI? Is it a crisis? Is it Mr. Trump? Is it Mr. Putin? Is it Mr. whoever? But this is the reality. And for a global company like Bobst, yes, we need to manage it. And guess what? What you expect as a client is to be local. We need to perform locally. You don't care about China, India, whatsoever. You want to care about your country, your company, and your employees and clients. So a vision is a vision. The vision is meant to help people dream and make this dream a reality. And this vision will last for Bobst Group for the years to come. This is a bit like AI. And of course, here you will see AI. And of course, you clients will say, Bobst, that you are far from here. Yes, because it's a journey. And I guess I will just read this definition of the vision. We have to set out to shape the future of the packaging world by actively driving the industry transformation from a mechanical to a digital world, and from manufacturing machines to process solutions along the entire workflow. And yes, you know Bobst for decades, and thank you for the introduction. However, you will not know Bobst today and tomorrow, because we are changing. We are becoming a software company. We are becoming a data company. Because we want to start from the creation of the box, or the label, the PDF, and we want to, the best of what we can, accompany you through the whole process until you ship the box in the container with the database, which is the twin PDF. How to do that? It's a big challenge. And I'm not here to tell you it's easy, but I'm here to tell you that Bobst is entering this journey now for the last 4 years. And 4 or 5 years ago, we had no clue about IoT, or ink productions, or digital printing, or connectivity so much. Yes, we used to connect machines for the last 30 years, of course. But to use the data as a mean, as a base of knowledge, to drive the machine tomorrow, to help you increase your productivity, this is the whole game. And that's why we call it Bobst Connect. We've got this small cloud, which is clouds amongst a lot of clouds, because all my colleagues here, you name those brands, they will have clouds, and we will compete and connect. But Bobst Connect will be just here to improve your productivity, to ease transfer of data from one point to another, and improve productivity of your equipment. And we know all the pain points you have. And we try to, of course, dream and develop and innovate. But we need as well to focus. And in a nutshell, every technology we bring, and this is a simple photogravure. Photogravure is a simple machine, 2 frames, shafts, belts, bearings, right? Not very complex. However, if you link this beautiful machine, any type of machines, printing, converting, photographs, you name it, into this vision, then it becomes a smart machine. Then it becomes a machine which is linked to your Unilever job A, B, C, D, and will outperform what you do today. Thanks to data, thanks maybe to AI, thanks to everything we can bring. And my message is basically, with that philosophy, your Bobst machine will always evolve. Step by step, year after year, like a Tesla, like the smartphone. Yesterday, a Bobst machine was not able to evolve. Today, tomorrow, it will evolve as time goes on. So you will be able to last or continue to use a machine with much more power, or let's say just the power you need to make your job. But only in machine and concept, but service. Service will change drastically. From a reactive service, from an installation service, from a maintenance service when you need, it will become much more, guess what? You prepare the job from the PDF, right? Then you produce. Then you react if you have breakdown. Then you maintain, and then you optimize. And this is where data will help us drive the machine. Already today, we are selling machines with full subscription on productivity enhancement, and the client is ready to pay something because we follow every job, every week, every month, the productivity to help him outperform. But this is a marriage. It's no longer, I install the machine, thank you very much, see you in 5 years. Or when the machine is down. No, no, no. It's changing drastically. So why do we accept smartphone and stuff like that for us, and why to give private data, informations, and why we don't use this best technology for our businesses to make it smarter, better, and of course much more competitive? Now you will say, Jean-Pascal, it's nice, but it's blah, blah. How does it transform for my business? This is a chapter, and I will not go in details. But then we look at Bobst Connect, in prepare, this is what we will do. In produce, in react, in maintain, in optimize. And you have a full chapter, this is not the detail, of all our services, which we will move from reactive to proactive, in maintenance to predictive maintenance, and so on and so on. So overall, your plant will be connected, more or less. Because good news, Bobst machines and other colleagues' competitor machines are lasting. And a 20, 30 years old machine is not rare. So this machine will not be able to be linked all the time the way we want, but step by step, you need to almost create a new field, a green field in your mind first, and then maybe in your shop floor, to optimize the new equipment you go to really drastically move from yesterday to tomorrow. You have to do it. I have to do it in my own business, otherwise I will never, ever have a company which has a sustainable future. And this is the challenge we face. I give you a small example, this digital table. I visited clients, and of course they say, okay, Jean-Pascal, you want to sell these tables? I say, no, no, no. I will never sell it to you until it's fully connected to your workflow. Otherwise, you will not use it, and then anyway we say, you are too expensive, it's not value added. No, you have to think end to end for your production improvement. Of course, we speak about a lot of constraints, and fortunately, but also unfortunately, too many rules, too many regulations are putting huge pressure on all of us. And sustainability is one. And at Bobst, we have developed a 3-pillar strategy around Bobst operations, of course, the way we manage the business, scope 1 and 2. Scope 3, this is your machine. And this is a huge, this is a blue ocean for us. How can we help you optimize your product? And of course, packaging, use, and end of life. How can we recycle? How can we develop more sustainable packaging and substrate. And a small example for every machine, but you will know more and discover more in Drupa. We will have, and we announced it already in the FEFCO, that we will monitor, of course, the energy consumption, not only electricity, but a lot of touch points for every machines we produce. Now, how can we become more strategic partner? Because it's very complex. We have more than 70 different machines. We serve 4 industries: label, flexible material, folding carton, and corrugated. And yes, from this big vision, how can we make it real? And now I try, in the next few minutes, to showcase how we try to support you and how important the human being, the people, is at the center of everything. This chart, you have seen it already. And very important is to master the increase of productivity of this nice baby without then the knowledge of the data and the workflow. It will be very, very limited. And this is why in our motto at Bobst we say people, knowledge, and values. People, it's clear, but very, very difficult. Knowledge, yes, this is innovation and mastering most of the technologies we hear, and AI is one, but all the data and the management of the workflow and the scheduling and should be part of it. And values, because this is financial values, generating money, but also human values, who we are and our culture. And to demonstrate and to showcase that, one example is from this beautiful PDF to really prepare the job, produce the job, and create this twin PDF in the end of the machine. So let's showcase now our latest acquisitions, innovations, which will add this automation with the robotics. So that's why we say how to bring this vision to reality. It's really through digitization, through automation, through the sustainability we mentioned as well. And those pillars for us are key to really drive the developments and solutions we want to bring to the market. And by doing so, it's really the mix between people, which I will continue to cover that in a few minutes, as well as the ability to bring novelties in new plan, because you have the requirements of today. You need improvements, not in 5 years' time. You have also a legacy, and this legacy is fantastic, but sometimes a break, because you wish to move faster, you wish to take on new maybe markets, or to invest in other fields of operations, but very often you don't know why, how, and how much or which risk can you really take on to be successful. And that's why in our strategy at Bobst, we have this willingness to come with the right product from entry level, if I may say that way, to the highest possible capabilities. We have the willingness to come with these digitization streams and automations, which will help and ease your workflow, meaning from the product workflow itself. And in the end, of course, this very close relationship over and over again after decades to be able to honor you and to serve you the best possible way. What is missing in our product portfolio, and I'm happy to announce to you today an extension of this portfolio, which is an entry-level Vision FFG and an entry-level Nova FFG in the years to come. And we stated already in FEVCO last year, the Jumbo line. It's never late. It's not too late. Yes, it's too late. Sorry for that. When I took over the CEO in 2009, I declared clearly that for all technologies in label, in film, in corrugated, in folding carton, will come with entry level up to the master class. Yes, in FFGs, we try a lot of various streams, acquisitions, partnership. We never succeeded. And today we have made this decision to produce our own Nova FFG 1024, Vision FFG 24, 1227, and the Jumbo, which will be ramped up this year and next year. And that will be a full-fledged product, again, totally linked to not only the hardware is important, but to the vision. And this vision is really to connect your job to the machine. The good news of that is once you buy Bobst machines, based on this new software layout and software capabilities, it will become a Tesla-like. You will have, and you will be able to have an upgrade of this equipment year after year after year. And I think this is also part of the sustainability and a responsibility to make all and each of our product lines as reliable, as evolutionary as possible. Now, I want to reset the expectation. It will take 4 or 5 years for us to get there because we have 70 different machines, okay? So don't expect every Bobst machine to be at that level from next Monday, but yes, few of those machines are already in and the job is ongoing. So very proud to announce that. Very proud as well, and thank you to all of you, dear clients. I'm very honored to serve you and for decades and for the next decades to come. Of course, this is a great passion and a great performance to follow you day in and day out. And maybe my conclusion, and I wish also to have maybe some time, some minutes for questions and debate maybe. This is what I say, people, knowledge, and value. So from an industry vision, and I went very, very fast into it, but really from the design of the box to the outcome and the palletizer and the twin PDF, from your operation plan to our strategy, through digitalization, connectivity, automations, and sustainability, how to make that alive. And it's a vision. So that will give us a hope. That will give us a North Star for the years to come. And we want, and this is our group vision, shaping the future of the packaging world. And as you can see, shaping for us means something very specific. And we want to drive that thoroughly. The same for the future, the same for packaging. Because we know human beings, and we are more than 6,000 employees worldwide, I need to give them something specific. They can anchor, they can reach, they can focus on. We have a strategy, and the strategy is to be number 1 and 2 in all technologies and customer-centric, value-added. And of course, then we have what we call our values and behaviors, trust, respect, passion, and performance. For each of these values, we have 2 behaviors. And out of these behaviors, then we try to develop really our culture. Because respect in China is not quite the same than respect in UK or in Mexico or in Nigeria and so on. So we need for a Bobst employee to have somewhat of an identity around respect. And it's not just to show something nice, it's really what we try to live and to develop day after day, week after week, year after year, with some specific HR people in our group and working on these values and behaviors. And then it's the leadership manifesto to say what type of leadership do we want to have at Bobst. And of course, leadership starts with me and goes through the whole chain, right? And of course, we have always too many levels. But what is most important is to have this full passion and full respect and full acceptance of diversity for innovation because of different cultures and backgrounds, but in the aim of striving always for excellence, striving always for, you mentioned something very, very important, empathy, because this is love, and we need that, we need interaction, we need emotions, right? And when we make mistakes, okay, maybe forgiveness to say, sorry, we made a mistake, let's continue. And I believe with these very strong pillars, technology is just an enabler of us. Because we are all, as human beings, looking for a purpose in life. Yes, I'm very happy, 36 years married with Barbara, 4 kids, 3 grandkids, and guess what? We all think about the future of these grandkids. What do we prepare for them? But I'm very thrilled and happy because when I see the opportunities on the market, if I see that what type of culture, values we can live in our environment with that 6,000 people, with you, dear clients, not always, because we are not perfect, sorry, but most of the time, that makes me happy and confident in the future because people is at the center of everything. And we can do something great if we know how to motivate, how to kick, how to detect the gifts we all have in our heart, in our brain, and make it valuable for you clients. And this is the challenge. It's a huge challenge. And of course, 24 hours is not enough for me to manage this company, but I hope with the right leadership, it's a way to go. So when we hire people, when we train people, we try always to go back to the root, to our foundation, to our purpose. And trust me, a Southeast Asia, Indonesian technician, he has no clue about Bobst. He's not in the production center. He doesn't have 20 years, 30 years of experience with Bobst. Bobst is a number, Bobst is an employee, he gives a check, right? And I need him to be as convinced as we are for decades in our society, in our company, in our culture, to say how much can I bring value to our clients everywhere we are. And this is a little bit in a nutshell. It's not an easy recipe. It's our recipe. It's our way. We try to develop our identity, culture, and putting the human being in the center. Thank you very much.
Would anybody like to ask Jean-Pascal a question? We have time for probably one question. Does anybody have a burning question?
Or challenge? AI might answer very fast.
Thank you, Jean-Pascal. That was excellent. You mentioned upgradability. Does that apply to existing machines?
Retrofit AI, please answer the question. Not all. I will say, to make it simple, until 2020, between 2015 and 2020, it will be some retrofitable possible, but I guess to make it simple, 50%. From 2020 to 25, it will be 70%, and after 25, it will be, if not 100, a lot. Because compatibility of the software architecture, and of course, then I need to look at machines type. Maybe some of your machine is much more retrofittable than what I just said. But as we are in this transition, the Tesla-like is more starting today, and more for 25, 26 coming than for the past. On human being? No. No. Okay, thank you very much.